Good evening. I'm making my way home from work right now. And today is a day of significance. 117 weeks ago tonight. Maybe I should wait for some people to come on, if anybody does. Give it a moment. I'll start. 117 weeks ago tonight, or this afternoon, we lost Beba. And 104 weeks ago, this evening, at 11:43, we lost Lynne. Beba's, I don't want to go into the personal details, but Beba's was, of course, horrible, sad, but somewhat clear-cut as far as the details of what happened. Lynne's was not. It was quite obvious that the place, the detox into which she had entrusted her care, did her dirty, threw her out, stating that they felt that she or the roommate had drugs. They weren't sure which one, and so they administratively discharged both of them. And what does a person in addiction do when they're in a situation like that? They use, she used, and was dead by the end of the day. So for the past 2 years, I've been working with an attorney to bring a lawsuit, and it's become quite sadly clear it's become quite clear that taking it to court will do absolutely nothing. In the words of one person very knowledgeable of this general kind of thing, is that society and the courts don't see a patient, they see a criminal. And then the other phrase that really got me was from just this past week, an attorney who handles medical malpractice cases, and this person is a medical doctor and an attorney. And I presented the situation to him, and he said that he doesn't get involved with polysubstance use cases because the juries always find the addict guilty. They never, that's basically it. Which means that these facilities know that, and therefore have no reason to provide proper service to these people. They can treat them like garbage. The person will leave against medical advice. And if the person dies, oh well, they just weren't strong enough to stay. Or in Lynne's case, it was easier for them to toss the patient out, actually 2 patients from what I understand, rather than investigate what was going on. And I can tell you, she did not have drugs. So, this is a very significant, this is 104 weeks, which is 2 sets of 52 weeks, which, okay, let me get to the point here. This coming Saturday is the actual date, the 21st. And that is the statute of limitations to bring a case forward, begin the process of suing. And once that 2 years date has come and gone, you can't sue. So I was all set to pay the bills and all that to make that happen. Would have been something like $500, and I was going to do it, but these top Philadelphia attorneys are telling us that there is no case. And it's not that there's no case, because they see the case. There's no case in the sense that there is not a jury that would ever rule in favor of the patient, because the patient is with substance use disorder, whatever the word is. So if that's not disgusting, I don't know what is. So since we can't go the direction of the lawsuit, unless somebody can figure out how in the next 2 days or something, I'll be working with legislators to help change some laws so that places that allow anybody to leave AMA or throw them out without providing some sort of additional care in another facility or whatever will be held liable. So that's what I've got going on. So 11:43 tonight, my alarm will go off, and that will be the official pronouncement of death 104 weeks ago. And for those of you who don't know her story, she was absolutely crystal clear in her determination in those couple of weeks leading up to it. I had never seen anybody more determined to get this situation behind her. She spoke vividly, super clearly about her intention of getting back into her studies to become a neonatal intensive care unit nurse. She had crystal clear visions of finding Mr. Right and raising 4 children, touring the world, and then having a candle making business, a jewelry making business, and so forth. And she knew her topics. You start to ask her about anything in pharmacology, and she knew the meds, the illicit stuff, the curative drugs, and then just anything pharmacology. She knew it. Brilliant mind, destroyed by this detox facility in Willow Grove. The whole thing is sickening and sad. And when Lynne called me that day, she was absolutely hysterical, explaining what they did. And she even said that I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm just going to regroup and find a new place tomorrow. Well, tomorrow never came. And we can't even sue this damn place because juries don't ever rule in favor of the patient when the patient happens to be a patient with substance use disorder. Unbelievable. What a wretched society we live in when it comes to this topic. So changes have got to be made. If you're watching this and you're into social action or legislative stuff or whatever, and you want to be involved in this, let me know. That would be really nice to have some support. I have been amazed at the lack of support that I've had from outreach workers on this. But I don't care at this point. I'll just do it myself. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm going to work on getting home in this slightly foggy night. So thanks for watching. Feel free to share this with others, and I'll talk to you later.